Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel Ants on a Vlog. Hope you enjoy. In today's video, I will be showing you guys the Sleeping Bear Dunes National Park in the state of Michigan. Now, before this video starts, I would like to say that I did wear a mask. It is required by law in Michigan to wear a mask, and I encourage all of you to be very careful if you are vacationing or even if you're just going outside of your house, and to make sure you're doing what you can to help stop the spread of the virus. So, on with the video. In the dunes themselves, you'll find kind of these two main areas. Now, there's the barren, sandy area with these tall grasses, as you see here. And then there's another area where there is trees and shrubs and more plant life in general, but it still has sandy soil. And it's still part of the dunes. In the pure sand areas, it's hard for insects to live. But nonetheless, we can find some embracing the harsh conditions for all the free real estate that's available. Check out this cool looking locust bug I found. They were like everywhere and they were all hopping around, having a good time. The main species of ant that I found in the dunes was not surprisingly Lasius Americanus. They were as common there as Tetramorium is here. By the way, thank you guys for the crazy 15,000 views on the 60 plus Tetramorium video. Queens, 60 plus queens. It was really amazing. And we hit 200 subscribers. That's awesome. The reason Lasius can be found everywhere is because they're so willing to adapt to different environments. Now, you can see them here. They're taking advantage of a dead fly that probably died to the heat. Now, not every day was super hot in the dunes. In fact, some days there was even a breeze, which I really appreciated, but I'm not too sure the ants appreciated it, because as you can see, like here, these Lasius had to constantly pick up sand grains and then take them out of their nest and set them down and just keep on doing it because it kept on getting blown back in their nest. I felt so bad for them. I'm reading over the script right now, and I see that Past Me put a laughing, crying emoji. Good job, Past Me. Nice to know that my sense of humor is just as bad now as it was a month ago. Um, but onto the more plant-populated areas in the dunes, there's a really cool tree there called the Cottonwood tree. And basically, these cottonwood trees have adapted to deal with all different types of soil, which is why they're so dominant here in Michigan. They got this really cool waxy feeling leaves, and this is because the hydroxy fatty acid that chemically produces a wax-like material known as cutin. And this cutin helps the plants retain moisture, which is really important. I'm going to bring this up later in the video. How do you survive in a desert-like environment? The Lasius do it by working hard, foraging and maintaining their nests, but there's another way to survive, by stealing from the other inhabitants. These ants are slave-raiding Formica ants which steal the brood from other ant colonies. After they bring the cocoons to their nest, they soon hatch into ants from a different colony. These newly hatched ants, believing that the slavers' colony is their own, go on to serve and help the colony with all their needs until they die. For any of you curious, these are what the slave raiding queens look like. The pictures are provided by my friend. Perhaps the reason that these slave raiding ants are so dominant is because of their, I don't know, their rugged, just build. They're built to fight, and maybe this helps them survive in the desert and gives them a one-up. Who knows? Basically, um, water in these areas is hard to come by. Ironically, there is a giant lake next to them in the middle of the dunes, but for any ant, at least, that water is impossible to reach, and the sand and heat result in the very quick evaporation. So plants like this one here with their giant leaves give off the main reliable water source, which is evaporating moisture that the ants are quick to soak up. However, they are not the only ones who know this, and wasps are after the hydration too. Um, which is once again why I think the slave raiders are so dominant in the dunes, because they evolved especially for fighting. Maybe the plants even use the ants as protection, and that's why they allow their leaves to give off the moisture. Well, they've been adapted, so they give off, I don't know, but that's just an ant theory. Um, but lots of life on the dunes relies on each other for survival, and this is a perfect example of that. Michigan had a lot of new experiences for me. I got to see these cool looking Formica Neogagates vinculans ants, which are extremely like not as known about them. Not a lot is known about them. I wish I could tell you more, but these certain type of them look like they've adapted to the sandy environment, which is pretty cool. That's why I was so excited to do this because I got to see these specialized ants in Michigan. But also in Michigan, you can find the native pavement ants to North America, Tetramorium immigrans. Here's a queen right here that I caught. They do live in Missouri. I did not illegally export one to Missouri, but they are very rare in Missouri because the Tetramorium shushime that is invasive and has almost wiped them out. So compared to Tetramorium shushime, these ants are noticeably bigger and only have one queen as far as I can tell. They could be compared to fire ants almost in growth rate because this queen laid a ton of eggs as soon as I caught her, and she now has some larvae, so that will make a really cool colony for the channel if that works out. Um, Now, the landscape in Michigan was quite beautiful, and I hope to travel to different areas in the future with unique ecosystems like the one of the Bear Dunes. Um, Let me know if you guys enjoyed this type of video by liking or commenting, or just by not stepping on an ant next time you see one. I actually did that, and I almost tripped. It was rough, but do not put your safety at risk for an ant. Next video, I will be doing some epic ant engineering with 3D printing and my design process of software, making parts for my ants. And it will be completely different than this video, but that's how I like to have my videos. I like to have them very diverse, just like the types of ant species that we observe. But wait, before you go, one more thing. Like I said before, lots of the life living on the dunes relies on each other for survival. That's why when a tourist disrupts their environment, even if it's just one plant, it can disrupt the natural balance of the dune ecosystem. Believe me, this one crush plant wasn't hard to find. There was many more. So if you do go and visit the beautiful dunes of Michigan, or any other nature site anywhere, please do be considerate of the wildlife around you. This is Ants on the Vlog. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time. Since you're still here, you may as well subscribe.